gentlemen, please make some noise for
I told him when I come back, we're going swimming. So, tell everybody thank you for them. Скажи, дякую.
Дякую.
Не, английский.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, что? Very much. Еще раз.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Future president of Ukraine right here. All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to you this afternoon, 4:02 Eastern Standard Time, September the 26th. We are one day away from remembering Pete again tomorrow on September the 27th, 3 months from the sacrifice of his life. Tonight, I am very excited that we are going to have a special edition of the live. Not really going to talk about news tonight, and there is plenty of news. I hope to drop a video later, and for sure tomorrow we will be going in depth. Tomorrow will be Free Battle Flag Friday. Make sure you are here so you have a chance to win a free signed battle flag from Fish and the guys on the front there. So today is going to be a special edition, and I want to welcome you tonight. I have Project Konstantin with us. I have Galina, and I have Yana. And I'll get them in here in just one moment. So thank you for sharing, liking, commenting. Thank you for your faithfulness and your giving already. Papa Dutch with the $5 super chat. Greg Terry right here. Greg taught me this word, ura, means hooray. Ura Ukraina means hooray for Ukraine. Yes, it does. And to that, Papa Dutch, I would say, aga, aga. And I taught you that as well last night, Papa Dutch getting the inside Ukrainian tract on linguistic functionality and expertise. Dr. Reagan France, Viva la France. Thank you for your $2.99 super chat. Kay Meinold, welcome to becoming a crew member, and we are thankful for you. All of you guys that are in here chatting and talking tonight, I want to thank you for what you do. Thank you to the moderators and everyone. Welcome. Tonight, going to be special, but let's start with this. How about this? So the patch cam here, you're seeing how I view all of the chat here as well. Patch cam, right. Let's go this way, and that way. Project Konstantin. And this is the one where the mosquito is flying. Man, you know, it's hard to look at things backwards. Frontline medevacs. And we're going to be talking tonight this way. Oh, there we go. About Project Konstantin. Yes, Ice-T is in the house. So, guys, thank you for all that you do. Let me grab this view. And the last thing is in regard to the news, and then we're letting it go. Zelensky in the United States. I know Professor Gertis and Johnny are covering that. Pay attention to what they're talking about. There's a lot more important meetings coming. There's also talk Zelensky's team not meeting with Trump and all of this mess. We're trying to figure out, because I try to be a little bit late but accurate versus being early and wrong. So we'll see how all of that works out. It's still early. I can tell you, as far as in Ukraine on the southern front, Ugledar is bad. In Zaporizhia is starting to take an increase of attack, much like Kharkiv. And these are important places, especially down there at Ugledar and Pokrovsk and all of that southern region. So remember that tomorrow we will be looking at that in depth and talking about it. Additionally, in regard to good news, the 8 billion drawdown that Johnny was so excited last night on the stream, we were celebrating the delivery of the armored vehicles to Pete's unit in the 141. I know they've put out information about that. So if you haven't heard about that, go check out that on Johnny or Prof. Gertis. Other than that, let's get to the main reason tonight, and that is this. Welcome, ladies, Galina and Yana.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. That would be Yana. Galina, добро пожаловать.
Hello. Добрий вечір.
Добрий вечір. Як справи?
Все добре.
Все добре.
Дякую за запрошення. Thank you for inviting.
Конечно. Galina's English, she is a master of the English language. But you'll hear her. I'll take care of her volume. She's soft-spoken, and I'll make sure that you guys are hearing her well. But really, her English is solid. And of course, Yana here, and her English is fantastic. So thank you, everybody in the chat saying, yay, girls. That's a good comment there from John Parker. Let me get, and we say thank you. All right.
That's our John. That's our John.
Yeah. Oh, it is your John.
That's our John. He buys our cars in the UK.
John, you know what you get?
Слава Україні!
That's what you get, John. Thank you for all of your help there in the UK. All right, ladies, well, let's jump right into it. We're going to try to stay right on task, stay on focus, keep this stream to an hour, because I know you guys are in Ukraine and in South Africa, and you have to go to sleep at some point. Let's start here. Let's start right here. Thank you, everybody. Project 22 or Campaign 22 is something we're going to be talking about tonight. And we're going to update you on it. Yana and Galina are going to update you on the finances of it. I'm going to share with you guys tonight a video that has never been seen. Pete was talking to me about Project 22. You're going to see that in just a moment. Prior to that, when Pete passed and gave his life for Ukraine, Galina and I were together in Ukraine taking care of Pete's celebration of life. And we had the opportunity and the honor to stand on this bridge and spread Pete's ashes. Galina, do you remember that moment?
Yeah. We had a celebration of Pete's habit, how to have rest. We had a great hike to this bridge twice.
Yes.
to try to find the best place. And the wind was blowing for the side to the motherland monument. So it was a beautiful place. We were just in NAFA meeting right here near the monument behind us, and we went here.
That bridge right there in the background, and I want to say thank you for Cypher 3 driving home from my job site today, but still here. Slava Ukraini, $20 super chat to that Cypher. Man, that's a unique name. It's something sure. Regardless, thank you. I need to know what that interprets to be. This bridge is where
Cypher.
Cypher. Okay,
no,
thank
I'm
you.
kidding.
They'll let me know. They'll let me know. That bridge right there, very important bridge. One of the things that I think Galina trying to express, and I will share with you, it was extremely windy that day, and Pete's ashes were spread in 3 places. Number 1 went to Ma Rose and the family. and being spread in South Africa. Number 2 went to the place you saw yesterday at the base of the statue Anton, where we did the vehicle exchange, overlooking Sviatogorsk, right near where Pete gave his life and the land he loved so much. And then the third place was Galina's decision, and it was this bridge in the river Dnipro in front of the statue to the motherland, in front of the huge Ukrainian flag, and in front of the Golden Dome Church. Beautiful day. The wind was blowing. One thing that I want to tell you is it's not easy to walk on a bridge in Kyiv in a war zone. And I want to say thank you because the military was very helpful for us getting on that bridge and having the appropriate permissions to spread Peter's ashes from there. Going to share this video. I've been holding it. Galina and I made an agreement that we would share this video. She wanted to share it just a couple of minutes long, but I would only share it when she was ready and when she was on the stream with me. So you're on the stream with me. Now, number 2, Galina, are you ready?
I am ready.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Let's go. So guys, the first part of this video, I pumped a little AI because as Galina said, the wind is so heavy, you couldn't even hear us talking. So the audio is a little goofy, but at least you can hear something because the wind is horrible. But the second little part, you'll hear natural wind and see some things. So just a piece of sharing Pete. And to be able to do exactly what was in Galina's heart in honor of Peter Michael Fouché. So as you can see where we're at, it's beautiful. You can hear the traffic. We're in the shadows of the statue. Flag, a beautiful church, beautiful river, and this is exactly the perfect place. Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, Peter wanted to belong to Ukraine, and we will do it now. It's to belong to Ukraine first,
Чуть-чуть голосніше,
and
щоб
to belong to Ukraine heart.
Galina said Peter wanted to belong to Ukraine. And now, with this action, he will. So thank you for being here. And we share this with the world.
Пишає Пітер Майкл.
Can you hold that? Anna? Sure. Let me come around.
I will give her.
So Yana and Galina, there you have it. Galina, that was a special day. And you were very strong. So thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and for this video. Yeah. I will keep this video. I will keep this stream.
You will always have these videos and stream. I keep everything. So guys, thank you so much. And I see the chat going and people talking about it. Pete is everywhere, and Pete is with us. So let's let's do this here, guys. Boom, boom. It was beautiful that day too, Galina. Just windy, but beautiful. But you know what it was, Galina? It was hot. Very hot. Let's do this, guys. Now, Yana, introduce us briefly to Campaign 22 or Project 22, and then I'll show Pete's initial video to me talking about it. It's about 4 minutes long, and then we'll dive in and look how we can partner together to finish Pete's final dream for Ukraine.
Yeah, so after Joseph Yar, the 67th created, or after the 67th left Joseph Yar, they decided to, or they realized the need to create a drone battalion. And these guys had absolutely nothing. So Pete spoke to Shum, the commander, and said, okay, let's get you guys equipped. So the brigade is, the battalion will be about like 400 people, and it had 3 cars, I think, amongst all of them. They were literally piling into someone's own Lada to go to the front. And then Pete said, okay, we're starting this thing to equip them. And what we are aiming for is only half of what they actually need. But we were like, let's cover the bare minimum and then build from there. So, yeah.
The Lada she's referring to, guys, if you don't know, like these cars. The old movies you saw where the KGB was running around in these goofy cars in the Soviet Union. This is what soldiers literally were and are riding around on the front lines. It's the truth. Now, do either of you know why the number 22?
Yes, because we have 22 positions that we want to equip.
Thank you. I do remember Pete telling me when this idea came to him, I think you're right. There was only 3 or 4 cars for everybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're talking about this group of soldiers, this unit having nothing. So let's go to Pete. Let's hear Pete talking about Project 22, and then we'll come back and we'll look at how far we've come and how far we have to go. And we're going to get behind this thing and finish it pronto. Galina, you know the word pronto?
No.
Bystra. Fast. We're going to get it done. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Dearest Greg, Terry, dearest Zhenya, dearest Dr. Gerdes, and all of you fine salt of the earth people in the Greg Terry experience. You all know who you are. I know many of you by name, and there are too many to list. I want to quick say, I called Greg, I messaged Greg this evening. I said, I heard you had a stream on now. Can I quickly pop in and say hello? He informed me that he's had technical difficulties and he's not on now. He's on later. In a few hours' time, I'm heading to the front for 4 days, and I desperately need my sleep. So I can't. I can't make it tonight, but I've been so low. I spent an hour in bed sobbing last night because we are all very battle weary. I've been a medic for a long time, and very recently I've been thrust into the role of infantryman. It's something that I don't enjoy, but I'll do it, and I keep doing it. And I've been in many gunfights recently, and it's tough as nails. And I've been a medic. I'm still having to produce the the GoPro videos, which we will share with you. I've treated two of my brothers on the front line in the last couple of days, in the last few days. It's very brutal out there. We're also weary. We're also battle-worn. And I'm intimidated beyond any reasonable hope. I'm intimidated beyond belief by this project that I've thrown me and my team into. We've got such little experience in fundraising. I've taken on this $400,000 fundraiser called Project Tatiana, Project 22, because we are collecting 22 of everything. We need to purchase 22 of everything to equip our drone battalions. Our drones are our new artillery systems. Our drones are our new long-distance standoff weapons. They mean they can take the fight further away from the front line. They can destroy Russian attacks before they come and meet me and my brethren face to face at 50 meters, 100 meters, rifle to rifle. That's the importance of the drones. We are struggling, but we are grateful, because a minute ago Greg called me and he said, "Pete, we're donating $10,000 to Project Tatiana." And I'm telling you, it's like I've been thrown in the deep end of a murky swimming pool, and my head is below water, and I can't breathe and I can't reach the surface. That's what it's been like. And Greg's just reached in because of all your people's kind help, and he's grabbed me by my short hair and pulled me out, and I can breathe again and I can smile. So I'm beyond happy right now, and I want to say I love you all. Thank you all for your support. We're going to take that 10 grand and put it to at least another 2 vehicles. We bought our first vehicle 3 days ago, a Nissan Patrol. So Project 1 of 22 is already been done. I love you all. God bless you all from me and the rest of the soldiers of Ukraine. Thank you for standing on the side of freedom, and thank you for the standing on the side of good, because this is a good versus evil fight, and good always prevails over evil, and you guys are all there to help us. I respect you all deeply. I love you all. Greg, I cannot wait to meet you when you get off the plane one of these days, and the train. My brother from another mother. You are all family to me. God bless you. Keep calm, and Russia, go fishing. God bless you all. Razom do permoje.
I'm watching the back feed, and I can see Yana and Galina while you guys are watching the video full screen. And they were just smiling. And when Pete said, I reached down, grab him by his little short hair and pull him out of the muck. That's Pete. That's Pete. I see Zhenya in the chat, and welcome to him. I know I was at the hospital today with my mother-in-law.
Rick is also there.
Rick is in the chat. Everybody's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. And we'll get to the chat in just a moment. But that was Pete. Yeah. Galina?
Yeah, we were spoken a lot. We were crying a lot about these problems. For Pete, it was his own pain. But, without starting to be in stream, without invitation of you guys, Pete couldn't have that dream to equip like a new battalion. He could just at that time to dream about more cars, one more car, tire, some medicine, yeah, or weapon.
I remember when Pete first announced this. I messaged Helena privately. I'm like, is Pete crazy? How are we going to do this? I'm stressing. And she's like, no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And then we launched the campaign, and about a week later, Helena messages me. She's like, Yana, I'm stressing. How could we do this? And I'm like, no. You said we're going to be fine. You cannot panic now because you're my sanity.
Listen, ladies.
Yeah.
Pete was on a mission from God. He's like the Blues Brothers here in the U.S. He's on a mission from God. And the Kosovacs are done and being done. Mission accomplished and to be accomplished here. In fact, Zhenya was sending me pictures today of the winches being added to the Kosovacs. You guys will see it all. Just hang with us. But I honestly believe that this was an inspiration that Peter had. And as you said, Galina and Yana, I really have to give a huge shout out to Rick. To Rick the Ukrainian, because if Rick had not had Pete on that stream, and then if I had not had Rick's personal number on WhatsApp to message him and say, I'm calling in right now, I got to meet this cat, meaning Peter. I just believe in divine connections and divine timing. And I believe that everything was perfect for the relationships that needed to happen. And when we get to the conclusion of the stream and project how we're going to finish this project 22 in Pete's honor, and nothing that Pete desired to be accomplished inside Ukraine will be left undone. We do it once, we do it right. I think you will see the words that Yana and Galina stated just now, that it's just amazing, the YouTube communities and the people of the world, no matter their background, language, affiliation, political party, religious affiliation, doesn't matter. We're coming together for what is right. And that was Pete's dream. You know, Pete wore his emotions on his sleeve, and you saw that in the video there. He was down that day. He was supposed to be on a stream with me, and I had technical difficulties. The technical difficulties were I had no power, no light, no internet, no water. Other than that, the stream would have been fine. So I couldn't stream. And I'm talking to Peter. I said, I have no power. He said, neither do I. So it's the way it is. But Zhenya can tell you right now, we were with Peter in one of his prior positions, and we were there, and we were staying with Peter there on the front. And maybe you guys here on the channel are new, but Cheryl Waitley, that is correct. I need to pop that. Rick is the great connector. No question.
Mm-hmm.
No question. And now Rick replying, I would not find Pete without Armand connecting us. He disappeared lately, but he's very passionate, from South Africa. That's exactly
Armand
right.
Armand actually saw Pete on Mercado's stream.
You see how it works?
Yeah, so it started with Merc, and then Armand put Rick in contact with Pete, and then from there it went to you. So yeah, it's just everyone, this train of love.
It is. And Pete and I just had a connection. He would always call me brother from another mother, and I would do the same for him. We were deeply connected. He's definitely my brother. But Zhenya, when we were there at an earlier position of Pete's, and we were supposed to go out to the shooting range the next morning, and this is after they had raised money to get him a new phone. I had brought the phone, and we were going to take out his old phone and take it to the shooting range. In Ukraine, it's called the Polygon. We're going to take it out to the Polygon, and we were going to shoot the old phone for fun because it was worthless. Worthless. So we were going to just tear that thing up. And I was in a back room because we were dangerous there. Of course, everything darkened and all of that. And Zhenya was in a different room, and Pete slept on the floor by the only door that could give access, because we're close enough that you have DRG, which is Russian forces coming across, special ops doing their thing. Pete literally slept with his gun by the door, literally his feet touching the door. So if anybody tried to come through the door, he would know it. And that was Pete. He got called out that morning for an emergency extraction. He went out like at 5 a.m. We were up early. Pete was gone. He left a little note, "I'll be back." And he got back in about 9 a.m. And when he came through the door, completely exhausted, I can tell the story now, blood all over him. And he sat down at the kitchen table and he says, "Greg, just come here. All I need is a hug." And that was Peter. And now I believe Project 22 is going to be Peter's big hug for all of Ukraine. So let's talk about it. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Right?
let's go.
Let's go. Yana, let's get into your expertise here.
Yes.
Starting,
Okay,
actually,
so-
hold on. Let me do this. Starting from your fear, your call to Galena, and you said, "Our boss is nuts. Pete is crazy. We're trying to get one vehicle there, and the man wants to raise 400,000. He's bonkers." Okay, so ready?
Like last time we did 40 IFACs, now we're raising this, you know?
Well, it's like Zhenya said, if you were on the stream last night or you guys were here, at the very end, Zhenya made a statement because we're looking at these armored vehicles, and I mean, we're talking big money rolling down the road that the world has come together to do. And Zhenya's going, "I remember a year ago, 18 months ago, when I was trying to find pennies to get used tires to give to a soldier. And now it's just happening, and just so grateful." So the same thing for you guys, you know, raising money to find a tourniquet. And now, you know, we're moving to Project 22s. So from your fear, your trepidation, your back calls that you never told Pete about, Galena, he's crazy. Yes, Yana, he's crazy, but we'll make it. Okay. Where are we at now?
Okay, yeah. So of the everything's in pounds here because Pete was from the UK, so everything was set up in pounds, and I'm just sticking to pounds. So when I worked it out, 400,000 USD is about 320,000 pounds. And when I did this design earlier today, we were at this amount that I am terrible at numbers, but added to this is not the one that's reflected on DonorBox, because added to this is money Halia raised on her monobank jar that she had to repair one of our cars. So as you can see, we have spent we've spent like 72% of the money that we've raised so far. We've already spent that. And as you guys will see as the report goes on, it is, you know, it went to good stuff. You know, it went to where it was supposed to go.
Okay. So if I was to round that, I'm going to round. We've raised 119,000 pounds out of 320,000 pounds. We need to raise an additional 201,000 pounds, probably about $260,000. I'm guessing somewhere in there, but let's just call it pounds for Pete's sake. Okay. Of that 119,000 pounds, Project Konstantin has already spent, as a part of raising gear for Project 22, 86,000 pounds. You have 33,000 pounds on balance going towards more of the purchases toward the total. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see Dunk on You in the chat. He's posting the link, and guys, we will get all of these links in the description of my videos going forward. I have mod meetings coming. We're growing, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed, and we do it once and we do it right. But I want to.
Greg, you'll be fine. You raised like what? How many? You almost raised $1 million for Kazivak vehicles. Doing modding is nothing. Or like you organizing mods is nothing.
Well, I have incredible mods.
You do.
The best. And listen, you haven't seen anything yet, guys. If you're here and you haven't joined our Discords, mine or PK, Project Konstantin, please do. And because we're getting ready to take it to the next level. With that said, Dunk on You, one of our great mods, is in the chat right now saying, make sure if you really want to donate significantly or whatever, and significant can be £5. I'm dropping some British stuff there. £5, £5 or 5,000. Go to donorbox.org, which is right here. This is what you'll see. Donorbox.org, Project Tatiana, Campaign 22. This shows you how much we've raised, how many donations. How impressive is that? 2,446 donations. It's awesome. More to come out of the goal. And then it's videos here, what we're raising funds for, 22 vehicles, 22 portable power stations, generators, Galaxy tablets, Mavic 3 drones, radio translators, laptops, 7 ground stations, and 300 initialization chips. Videos, everything. You can come right here to DonorBox. We'll make sure the link is in the description. And thank you. And you go to Donor Wall here, very cool, where people donate. You can see the messages. You can post a message. This is cool and highly recommended. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, Dunk. All right, breakdown. Yana, what have we purchased?
We've purchased power stations. I double checked the numbers with one of our volunteers. I was like, how many did you buy again? Like, was it 1 or 3? He's like, because I was like, how many portable power stations? He's like 3, although portable is a stretch. Those things are heavy. Then 52% of the money was buying vehicles. We've bought 9, I think. Yeah.
We're getting there.
And John was taking care of that for us as well. So he would buy it, and then we'd organize a driver from there to Poland, and then from Poland it would go to Lviv, where it's getting fixed up, which brings us to 12% from the auction to John, and then from John to Poland, and into Ukraine. The vehicle repair that is done in both the UK and in Lviv. What we do in the UK with it is we get the cars just fixed up enough that they can make the long road from the UK to Ukraine, because it's just much more affordable to get it fixed in Ukraine. And what we do with fixing the cars is we lift the suspension, we add brand new tires, we make it so that, Greg, Donetsk, and Pete always says Donetsk eats cars. So last year we started lifting the suspension of cars, and so that made a difference, and also especially during the mud season, it makes a big difference. So we fixed that up. We have bought 5 Mavic 3 Pro drones, and then also Halia fundraised for her birthday. She fundraised a Mavic 3 thermal drone. So that's our laptops. Our drones, and then we bought 3 laptops that immediately went to position. So yeah.
The bottom line is here, we're validating the work of Project Konstantin. Power stations, vehicle purchase, vehicle repair, vehicle transport, drones, and laptops. That's how the money has been broken down to this point, of the 118,000 raised and the 86,000, or let's be accurate here, of the 86,000 pounds that we have already spent. This is where it's going. We're going to show you more about that in just a moment on a breakdown. I will say this, and then I'll throw this to Galina to get her opinion.
So we have alarm and my bonus reaction to alarm.
So here's the reality. Did you guys hear the air alarm behind Galina? You okay where you're at? Galina, see how show?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay. All
all
right.
is okay. I
Okay.
can
Just,
speak.
just making sure. So let me make this statement. Yana, you know what? Everybody just listen. Listen. Let me do this. Galina, don't say nothing because I'm going to push your gain crazy. Well, guys, you didn't know you would experience that, but right here, I got your level back where you can talk now, Galina, but it's reality.
Yeah, for today it's 7th or 8th alarm. Yesterday we had 4 rockets. Not all of them were reached their hits, but it's just a part of life. You know,
It
that's an
is.
airport. I live near the port. So
I know,
yeah,
there,
my doggy is reaction.
of course. And there may be people in the chat that we need to educate or help them understand just because this happened live on the air. And you may be sitting there going, okay, Greg, let Galina run to the bomb shelter. Okay. Guys, if this is very sad to say, and this is why we're fighting against this evil empire. But if Galina or any other Ukrainian ran to the bomb shelter every time the alarm went off, they would never leave the bomb shelter. It's 7 or 8 she's had today, and then it will stay on call until you get the all clear alert. And you get to a point in life where it's like being held hostage, literally. So many air alarms, and I'm not calling where Galina is because I don't know if I have permission, but I know where she's at. And
she mentioned it as well. She's in Odessa.
I know she's in Odessa, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if we had permission. Odessa's a big place, but that's Odessa and the air alarms. And, it's not like Kharkiv and Zaporizhia right now and Kramatorsk and Slavyansk. It's literally in Kyiv. It's nonstop. So I hope that helps people understand why it's this way. So all is okay. But going back to why the repair on the vehicles, we're talking about bringing vehicles in and you go straight to repair. Why? Because the roads are indescribably bad when you are in the Donetsk Oblast and you're in the Kharkiv Oblast and you're in the Zaporizhia Oblast, the Kherson Oblast, and the Mykolaiv Oblast. Guys, I cannot describe to you how bad the roads are. Every time we take as Johnny would call it, our battle bus, our battle tank, our Nissan Navara that is tricked out, guys, tricked out. Every circle we make, it goes into the shop for repair. Every time. There's no other alternative because we do a lot of driving in the dark, in the night. And Galina, I know you go into the east quite regularly. What would you say?
And Kherson.
And Kherson. Yalla blue Kherson. What would you say as describe the roads from your viewpoint to people so they understand? How bad are they?
Oh, I want to say that in some point, part of roads in the east are better than anywhere in Ukraine, but to some line, and then it becomes like a road for Notre Dame for 4x4 competitions. You know these competitions?
Yeah, she's talking about the 4x4 competition, the Rubicon, like going over mountains and over boulders, and here's the thing about
Yeah.
those roads. You literally can go on a kilometer of road that's like a superhighway or the German Autobahn, and then all of a sudden you're driving across the
Mm-hmm.
landscape of the moon, and you need a lunar rover with all the craters. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
bad. So let's get back, guys. Let's keep right on track here. Yana, let's go to the next one.
Mhm.
We've
So
bought
this gives you an
9
indication.
vehicles.
Yeah. One is already with the 67th.
Mhm.
That is the Ford that we have the video up on our YouTube channel. Halia fundraised for it. 5 of them are in Ukraine. They're being repaired. And Halia, do you remember how many Radek said are coming? Because we're going on the 5th. Our guys are delivering more to the front. A whole bunch of cars and equipment is going to the front on the 5th. I think it's the 5th. It might be later. I don't know. And then we've got 3 in the UK waiting for transport, one of which should arrive in Ukraine by Friday, I think. So yeah, but we've made progress with that.
Congratulations. So that's 9, 1 delivered, 8 others in process of the 22 that are the vision. So I would like to be speak for Pete here. I told you, girls, I told you one day people would open their checkbooks, and one day people will help us, and one day people will find out that we're doing the right thing. One day it'll happen.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, Pete was just like, just stay the course.
Stay the course.
Stay the course. Don't listen to the haters. Pete's mom used to, whenever Greg, everyone knows how online haters are and everything. And then we would come across comments and Pete would just be like, my mom always says rotten fruit falls by itself. We focus on our mission. We don't get sidetracked. And it's one of those things like, now we're at that point where we're like, yeah, we get it, because it's too important to focusing on this is vital. So yeah.
Listen, ladies, stay focused. It's going to happen. Tochka, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen quick. I'm telling you. So, equipment. This is what we've provided so far. Yes?
Yes. And I just want to point out that 11 Starlinks, all of them were donated, which is amazing. I don't even know what Starlinks cost. I didn't have to look that up because all of them have been donated so far. Yeah, so it's really awesome. It's amazing to think that, this is what everyone has fundraised so far. It's not BK. Everyone's part of the BK team. It's not just Halinana and our group of volunteers, our 30 support group thing. It's not us. It's every single person who donates is, as Halia says, part of the PK family.
Agreed. We all feel we're a part of the PK family, and we're all committed to finishing what Peter started and beyond and beyond. So to this point, 9 vehicles, 1 in, 5 in repair, 3 in transit, 11 Starlinks, 6 drones, 13 power stations, and 3 laptops. So ladies, I want to say girls, ladies, I would encourage you to look at that, and it's getting done. It's getting done. So be encouraged. Now, if you guys are here, Project Konstantin has a website, and I will show it to you now. It's called projectconstantin.org. At this point, 219 soldiers evacuated. You can donate directly on the website through a multiplicity of avenues. Registered charity in Ukraine, registration number posted publicly. They are an NGO. Our mission: emergency evacuations, transport, supplies. There's Peter. There's the green machine. In fact, that would be the vehicle that we showed last night with Johnny looking in the back. Yeti Power Stations on the Shield, Pete Fouché. Project Konstantin joins the ranks of verified aid. Sniffing Brigade donates to the 67th. Also, there's About section, supplies, Adopt a Starlink, Project Tatiana, vehicles, Kasivac, news, newsletter, contact us. If I go here to Project Tatiana, you can see it. The Project Tatiana, Campaign 22, Project 22. It's like Yana messaged me last night because I had the thumbnail up. She goes, Greg, can you please change that from Project 22 to Campaign 22? And I replied, it'll be okay. Well, it just reminds me of Project 25. I said, or whatever. I said, you know what? Forget Project 25. This is Project 22. Pete, out of his own mouth, said, Project 22, everything going to be okay. So Project Tatiana, Campaign 22, Project 22. 22 vehicles.
Halia, ty znajesz Project 25?
I saw something in Twitter, yeah. But really, it's too much to read all news in English for me. Sorry, guys.
The bottom line is
Yana,
22.
I'm waiting when Yana will expand this in some streams, so it will be okay for me.
Listen, 22 happens before 25, so don't worry about it in the sequential system. So that means we've got victory, guys. Stick with Pete's plan. Now, I know as soon as we finish this stream, Yana's gonna call Galina and say, just like you did about Pete, Greg's crazy. He keeps saying Project 22, and I want it to be.
No, I'm used to it with Pete. Pete started self-correcting himself because he would start with like Project 22. I mean campaign.
So here it is, guys. Here's the website, Project 22, Campaign 22, Tatiana, 22 vehicles, portable stations, generators, all the things we're talking about. It's going to happen, and we're continuing with that.
And I do need to update that page because the figures are outdated.
Good.
So I do need to update the
please
Project
get that
Tatiana page.
updated.
So, yeah.
And we're going to get more traffic there. Now, I want to move us toward closing down. This is my thank you screen, and this is where Galina is getting ready to shine. Of course, there's a lot of our teammates there. We're active running and gunning right now. Thank you guys for commenting, liking, subscribing, supporting. Thank you to all of the moderators. Let me go here and say thank you once again to Papa Dutch. Yes, I was teaching you Ukrainian. Dr. Reagan in France, Kate Meinhold, Dunk on You 23, our great moderator with the donation, and Pether Olsen with the Norwegian non-smoking initiative to help Ukraine. Dunk on You gifting 10 memberships. Bell Ogilvy gifting 10 memberships. Thank you. Cypher with the 20. And I did see in the chat where he said it's Cypher. He just spelt it in a drunken stupor. So I've got it. Okay. Something of that nature. So it's Cypher. Thank you for that. Johnny, the legend. Norway. 220 Norwegian krones. Slava Ukraini. Mark Biscu. The Biscues are phenomenal supporters of Ukraine. They do a lot of partnership with Johnny in ATP Geopolitics. I've actually had dinner in Ukraine with Mark and Elena's parents. It's incredible. So thank you. Camilla Matson, Sweden, for Pete's dream. Gonna happen. Thank you, Camilla. Nunu for Pete with love from Grandma Nunu. You know what, Grandma Nunu? How about this for Grandma Nunu?
Слава Україні!
There you go, Grandma Nunu. Thank you so much for that. Additionally, Elaine Crossland, Canadian 20 for Pete's project. We'll get it to them. Papa Dutch, 50 for Pete's sake and Project Tatiana. Thank you, Papa Dutch. It will get there. Papa Dutch, 5. Keep in mind that YouTube keeps 30% of super chats. Direct donations through the link are important. We were sharing that as well. And Duncan, you did that. You know, I appreciate you guys super chatting, and we take care of it all because it has a purpose as well. It helps with the growth of the channel. YouTube, their algorithms, their likes, their comments, their chats. I get creator emails, and the emails I'm getting right now are, you're really growing. and we can tell it on the backside due to the interaction on your channel. And they give me all the stats. All I can say is say thank you, because it's really helping. We're getting the message out more, and you guys are awesome. Minister for the Recovery of Stolen Toilets, Galina and Yana, money is for the destruction of the video you showed me the other day. I am scared the Tsar may find out. Y'all got it?
You did. It was on Rick's stream. I finally showed the video where Pete and Halja went to steal Loza's toilet. Last year.
Galina.
And that stream, Yana sailed stories. She's amazing manager. She's amazing.
I was like, come on, guys, come on. I started selling stories.
Dr.
I was
Regan
like, if
again.
you donate now to Rick, then I'll tell you another story.
She's a salesman, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Regan, thank you again. PhD from France, $4.99 and $2.99, and Blonde Bombsheller, our incredible moderator as well. And here, actually, from Blonde Bombsheller, a message. Big shout out to all of our wonderful supporters. You are awesome, and that is the truth. Now, what we're going to close with is Galina. Galina has been receiving some messages, and she messaged when we were preparing for the stream last night and today, and she says, Greg, would it be okay if I share some of these messages that I'm receiving in regard to Project Konstantin and Pete? And I said, of course. So Galina, you want to set the stage, and you're receiving messages about Pete and Project Konstantin, yes?
Yeah, it's in our community chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that some guys are in our chat now. They are here in YouTube stream.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I don't know, did they were here before, but it's a great pleasure to see here our community.
They were.
So the first one is from Wayne.
Wayne is our volunteer. Right now, he's in 67 Brigade, like volunteer without salary. He helps with his skills to our drone battalion. So we are very proud and very grateful. And he was with us.
Yes, Naya Wayne. I know Wayne.
So.
Do you know what happened?
Exactly.
Do you know what happened in regard to Wayne? In fact, guys, when you saw the video earlier and we're on the bridge, and at the very end, this gentleman with white hair is helping put Pete's urn back in the bag. That's Wayne. Okay. When I was just in Ukraine on my, just weeks ago, I received a call from John, and John from France, England, huge help for Peter, huge help for Ukraine, the red van running around like crazy, man.
That's a different John.
Well, this John, no, the big.
They both have two red buses.
Thank you. He has a red bus. He does have a red bus.
Yeah.
I knew it. Okay. He called me and says, Greg, and if Wayne's in here, he's just going to have to hear this. He says, Greg, I need you to go see Wayne. It's like Pete. Pete many times would not tell me where he's at. He would just give a location and I would find him. I mean, anywhere. Find him in a cafe, walk right up behind him and bear hug him. And he'd turn around and go, how do you find me? I said, brother, Zhenya knows everybody. You can't hide. So listen, I have to tell this, and I'll read the message for you, Galina, quicker. But
okay.
John sent the message and says, Greg, please go find Wayne. He's just a little down right now. The war is hard, needs a hug. I said, no problem. I said, where's he at? In the east, over near this place.
Yeah.
Near that place, and working in a hidden location, helping guys with the drones. I said, okay, that's enough. I said, Zhenya, I need to find Wayne. So it took like about an hour And Loza helped us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had the
We
cheat code, okay?
literally, God is my witness, pulled up to the hidden location where they are manufacturing and repairing drones. Of course, very secret, very hidden, somewhere in Ukraine. And security's everywhere. These guys come out and Loza's there and I hop out. What's going on, guys? And Loza goes, so hard our show. They're with me. Everything's good. And I walk in the building, turn right, and he's sitting there working on drones and he goes, how did you get to me? I said, brother, you're like Peter. You cannot hide from me in Ukraine. And it was very encouraging and big hugs and just a great guy. So Wayne writes about Pete. We reinforced each other, I think, before we even met. I had spoken to him about the same ideas and same reasons for coming here. And by the way, Wayne is a Kiwi, guys. He's a Kiwi from New Zealand. I had an overwhelming desire to help. We prayed together. We spoke of Ephesians 6:12 2 days before he left us. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. We spoke as we were driving back from a frontline position in the darkness, kindred spirits. God willing, we will be alive when there is some sort of conclusion and there will be time to reflect, but there has been no change. There's a job to be done, and we carry on as he, Peter, would have wanted with a greater effort. So thank you to our dear friend Wayne. Galina, the next message is from KW. Right?
Oh, that's
also,
Ken.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
South
calling
African.
South Africa.
Friend.
Okay.
South African living in New Zealand or Australia? One
New
of the
Zealand.
two. But I mean,
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Okay. They beat us with rugby. Well, it's been a while since they beat us, but anyway, I just had to throw that in, Luis, in the chat.
Is rugby a real sport?
Yeah, and they don't
It
need
is.
shoulder pads to play it.
I'm not messing with those guys. KW writes, hello, dear Galia. My feelings echo Wayne's. I was passionate supporter of Ukraine before the full-scale invasion, just in principle. I hate bullies. I was connecting with Ukrainians wherever possible to offer some encouragement and support and also to get true perspective what was actually unfolding. Connecting with Pete was connecting with a spiritual brother who was doing something that I really, really wished I could do. He said exactly what I was thinking and feeling for the previous 2 years in an accent I resonated with and with a passion I fully understood. KW. Glenda.
Thank you.
Here's a message from Glenda.
Oh.
Glenda. Glenda is
Glenda
wonderful.
is our
She's
legend.
from
Where's Glenda
she's
from?
from Tasmania.
Tasmania,
Australia. Yeah. And her mom actually sews little felt hearts. And initially it was to give to orphans. And then when Pete, when we started doing Casivacs, he still had a bunch of Glenda's hearts and he would give it to the soldiers he evacuated. And so we kind of joke, and Pete used to call Glenda our heart surgeon because she's making hearts. And yeah, it's just something that the soldiers enjoy getting, that personal touch. Yeah, it really makes a difference. So that's our Glenda.
Okay. So what's interesting, and I hope this encourages, first of all, you, Yana, and you, Galina, but also the folks that are in the stream live now or will be watching later on demand. I hope you see this is an international grassroots effort. Okay? International grassroots effort. In fact, while we read a couple of these last messages before we close out the stream and get these ladies to sleep, how about wherever you're from right now in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, just pop it in there, location. And I think it will be encouraging for Galina to hear and for Yana to hear while we're reading this. And then I'll come back and check the chat. Glenda says, May 22, Peter's military vehicle was broken down. I sent US 35, Australian 50. Peter sent me the following message. I'll post that later in a minute. I could see how grateful he was. In helping to fix the vehicle, his soldiers were able to continue their work. This has a domino effect on me. Peter made it easy to help, as I could see exactly 100% where donations and aid went to. Through Project Konstantin, I've been able to help so many Ukrainians. Through the Ukrainians I've met, I can see that they are very similar to me in many ways. I feel helping Ukraine demolish evil is the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. Next message, just 2 left, and then I'll check the chat. Humanitarian aid, JRB.
That's John's red bus. He's the one buying our cars and watching the auctions for us in the UK.
Okay. This is from John's.
He actually bought a massive red bus when the full-scale invasion started, and
I know about that
and
dude.
helped Ukrainian refugees. Yeah.
Okay, somebody.
He's sadly though now had to sell the bus.
Did he do a couple of YouTube videos?
Yeah, I think he did
we
he did
had
one
a
with
stream
us.
with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a stream with him.
Somebody messaged me that I need to meet John, the red bus guy. So we'll do it. Okay, this is what he writes. I was already helping Ukraine a lot with my organization, John's Red Bus, when I met Pete. In 2 years, I had met many volunteers, but with Pete, I had an instant connection and inspiration to do even more. He was a hero combat medic, but what really shone through was his openness, kind heart, Christianity, and balls of steel. I'm just reading.
That's John. That's John.
I had
Those
to put
of
all
you who
that,
follow, if you follow him,
I had to put all of that in the same sentence. He was
no.
unique.
If you follow John on Instagram, it's hilarious. If you follow him on Instagram,
please, guys, go follow John on Instagram. The Red Bus.
John's Red Bus.
John's Red Bus. He was unique and someone who showed an attitude of gratitude even for the smallest of donations. An act I share with him. Someone who I connected with greatly due to our Christianity. In the short time I knew him, I shared more deep and heartfelt conversations than some people I have known my entire life. That's Peter. That's Peter. Me and Pete planned the supply of vehicles through John Red's bus for PK's Project 22, and am honored and pleased to be making this a reality. Pete will be smiling, looking down from heaven. So far, 8 or 9 vehicles have been supplied. His legacy and inspiration lives on. God bless you, Pete. God rest your soul. Rest in peace, brother. JRB and PK. Love you. Powerful, powerful message right there. One last one here you sent me, and then I'll check the chat. Brent Mudry.
He's from
from Canada.
and he has what's it? I forgot
Organization
the name of it,
Defends Ukraine.
Defend Ukraine Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So-
they bring supplies, humanitarian aid, fishing nets from Canada that are used to protect the guys from drones. So that's Brent.
That's Brent. Okay, so here's Canada.
Yeah,
Hi, everyone.
and
I'm
supply
Brent.
for hospitals.
For hospitals?
And supplies for hospitals a lot and non-stop.
Thank you, Brent. Hi, everyone. I'm Brent Mudry in Vancouver with Defend Ukraine Canada, a tiny grassroots aid shipping group. I first met Peter in August 2022. He's a rare person that it seems you've known forever. Everybody says the same. You've known Pete 1 minute, you've known him your entire life. I want to help you out. Those were his first words to me. How many people, how many countless hundreds of people, from aid workers to bombarded civilians to patriot soldiers at various stages of life, have heard or felt those same words from Peter. My favorite picture a few days later was Pete posing with Ukraine's blue skies above and a bright yellow sunflower next to his eternal proud smile. Back then, he was a volunteer with St. Michael the Archangel Territorial Defense Battalion from Kiev. Peter is now our Archangel, looking down over all of Ukraine and all of us and giving us strength, inspiration, and determination every single day. Hasta la vista, brother. We will all join you one day up in heaven, and I know you'll be holding a sunflower. Powerful. Andrea. This is your last one you sent me. Andrea.
Yeah, and you showed to us chevron,
Mm-hmm.
and it was her design and her printing. Chevron with mosquito, because Andrea is a very funny person.
Okay, wait a second. You're telling me right now that Andrea designed this? Wait, let's get it here. Yes? Andrea designed that patch, guys. So go back down here for the patch cam. There we go.
In the group chat, Pete was saying that the mosquitoes are killing them in the forest. And Andrea sent through like a bug, and then came across that a sign, like a sign, had similar. We were saying from typical Australian joke where the bugs are bigger than the people, and Pete, no, that's Ukraine as well. And Andrea then made.
Galina and I can testify to you. And Yana, I know you've not been there yet, but you will. The mosquitoes in Ukraine are like giant grizzly bears in Alaska. You think
exactly.
747s are landing when mosquitoes are flying around eastern Ukraine. So that is the person who designed the patch, Andrea, and here is her message. One day I was reading an article on Sky News about a British medic helping in Ukraine. Then I realized that it was a student I taught in my London school. Holy moly. Connecting with Connor gave me clear insight into this terrible war. There, I came across videos of Pete. I decided to contact him after seeing a video about him in a flower shop. We then were exchanging messages, and I felt drawn more after he added me to Project Konstantin. Being part of a team made me feel useful. I was able to help in small ways like getting South African patches made as well as the Ukraine and South African flag. I was able to make the unique mosquito patch for Pete. Pete made a big impact on many people, and I'm truly blessed to have known him. What a great way to close. That's the best message to close with right there. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Right here. This is from Blonde Bombsheller. One of my mods. Greg, this is from Alex's Pocket. $10 super chat. He says, high five to you and Jania. Alex, high five to you. You're getting one from South Africa. Put it right in front of your face. Right in front of your face. Galina.
Hiya, high
What?
five.
What? Pravina, Pravina. You got 3 high fives there, Alex. And Alex, you get this.
Слава Україні!
There you go. Additionally, and I'm going to go through the chat real quick. Let me pop that off. Rick the Ukrainian. Rick gifting memberships. Rick, thank you. Now I have to come to your stream tomorrow and gift memberships on you. That way we take care of each other. But thank you, Rick. Blonde Bob Scheller also gifting 5 memberships. And Papa Dutch, Earthlings Unite. That is perfectly stated. Let me go back here. And girls, ladies, listen, here you go. Just listen. Are you ready? Ready for a smile?
Yeah. Mhm.
Detroit. Let me catch up to my chat here. Detroit, Michigan, Finland, Netherlands, Alberta, Canada, Missouri, Michigan, Australia, Norway, South Africa, Estonia, Cornwall, UK, Scotland, Georgia, Ontario, Canada, Norway, Mercado, Minnesota, UK, Connecticut, Tel Aviv, Manchester, UK, Cape May, New Jersey, Southern U.S. border, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, Tennessee, UK, Maida, Mexico, Switzerland, Sweden, Australia. Oh man, it jumped. Australia, Memphis, Tennessee, the Netherlands, Las Vegas, baby, Carl Elwell, Vancouver, Canada, France, Calgary, Alberta, Jacksonville, Florida, Oregon, Greenville, PA. Larry and Debbie. Don't you just love these two ladies, Larry and Debbie? Oregon, Ontario, Canada, BC, Canada, Sebastopol, California. Haji, I've been to Sebastopol, California. It's beautiful. Another Detroit, Michigan, Tacoma, Washington, Cornfield, Oblast, Iowa. Annette, I know where Arizona, Michigan, Australia, Hassan, Germany, Connecticut, Scotland, Canada, Ireland, Minnesota, another Netherlands. Guys, thank you. Girls, hope that puts smiles on your faces. Southern California, Spain. They just keep coming in. Makivka.
Makivka, yeah.
We'll end with Makivka. Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Now I want to say this, and I've got some good news for you too. You want some good news?
Of course. Who doesn't want?
Pure Ukrainian there. Of course. Who doesn't want good news? So first of all, thank you again, everybody being here, commenting, liking,
Yes.
subscribing, all our mods, all those that super chatted and donated, and you've now been introduced more to Project Konstantin, their website, their donor box, everything possible. Guys, we are going to finish this very quickly. Now, we wanted to make sure, Galina and Yana, that we got the armored vehicles dropped. Yesterday, we showed the video. The world celebrated and is continuing to celebrate that happening, and it will continue to happen. 2 more are now being their final mods, and they'll be dropped and delivered. You'll see all the video. Pete's vision of 1 went to 2, went to 4. Done deal. From that, there are going to be a couple of other projects we're working on. Our Sugar Cube project is incredible, where we're dropping sugar cubes to everybody we can. Guys, we literally give them away to soldiers. Do you have a sugar cube? Do you have drone protection? No. Jania pops it out of his pocket and says, now you do. Literally, that's how we're doing it. But with that said, I now know that Professor Gertis wants to get behind this and finish it. Johnny wants to get behind it and finish it. Rick, of course, is behind it and wants to continue to get behind it and finish it. Mercado getting behind it already to finish it. But really good news. I was in the Donbass, and I was communicating with Harry from Estonia. Harry only does Twitter, but he has a huge following and does massive support work for Ukraine and puts his money where his mouth is. He's there on the front like we do. And he's running the front right now with Jimmy and Oz. Jimmy and Oz also are reporters and frontline helpers. I think one is from the Telegraph there in the UK. These guys Jimmy. These guys are legit, large followings. And when we were coming south and east, we were going east, they were coming south. And Harry and I were communicating, and Harry says, Greg, let's meet somewhere. I got an idea. So we actually ended up meeting in a very safe location right outside Pokrovsk. So hiding behind a building, we were in the town of Dobropilia, and we met, and it was just 5 minutes because they were trying to get to a place and we were trying to get to a place, and you have to run and gun. You don't stay still on the front. And Harry and Jimmy and Oz, we met. And Harry says, Greg, we've been talking, and we want to finish Project 22. We have huge followings on Twitter, and I am convinced, certain that our supporters will partner with your supporters and all of your YouTubes. We don't YouTube, we just Twitter and run. And Jimmy and Oz want to be a part of it. So, girls, ladies, be encouraged. I think that stream, and I'm telling everybody else here in the chat now, I was already talking to Harry today, and there will be a stream coming where Harry, Jimmy, and Oz coming on with me, and we're going to focus on finishing Project 22. And I think the world is going to unite, and like that, we're going to be done. So be encouraged. Help is coming from places you have no idea. So smile.
Actually, just the thing about Harry. We this was back in when Pete was still in the Grimina forest. We didn't have any Euro bags anymore, and neither did the police station in Le Mans. And we put out a tweet, and Harry, without engaging with us before, he was just like, got in touch, and he gave us that.
Yes, Harry is...
He's solid. He and his organization.
He's beyond
him and
solid.
Dima, yeah.
He's beyond solid. And we've met several times running around Ukraine, and he actually attended Pete's celebration of life there in Kyiv. Harry was there. But we've hit it off, and I think more partnerships are developing on completely different levels. And we're getting ready.
You met the Estonian ambassador with Harry.
Yes, Estonian ambassador, defense minister of Estonia. I've had dinner with those guys, with Peter. How would you like to sit at a lunch rather, to be completely honest, a lunch, and I got Peter here, Estonian ambassador here, Estonian defense minister here, and Harry sitting over here just laughing and joking the whole time. And Pete, we need the help, fellas. We need the help, guys. It's time to get serious with the help. And I said, Peter, calm down. Everything's good. They're here. They're right here. Right in front of you, Peter. Right in front of you. But this is the kind of wonderful people that I hope this is not only encouragement to Galina, you, and Yana, you, and Project Konstantin, and Rick, I know you're in here. All the work you tirelessly do. Be encouraged, brother. Be encouraged, because there is a swell of support that I just think is starting to connect with each other. And if we can all be a part of that, so be it. The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
So thank you. Any last things you want to say? And we'll shut her down and get you guys to rest.
I'm good. Just thank you for having us on, Greg, and thank you for everything you've done and continue to do. And just thank you to the entire community as well. It's been difficult without Pete, but you guys are, holding our arms, and we just want to say thanks.
Beautifully stated there. It's a great picture, holding our arms. You keep them up, and we'll keep holding them. Galina?
Yeah, it's difficult to say it now because I wanted to comment every your movement today, but I feel like a teacher looks at me, so I was very shy.
Galina, you did perfectly. You did perfectly. Yana, go ahead, Galina, please.
But also, I was so touched that I couldn't speak. Yeah, because I'm looking for comments, and I'm looking for screen, and this divine connection. It's in the air. It's not just between Pete and you, Greg, and Zhenya. It's like in the air. You know this proverb from Bible where two people who knows Jesus are together, Jesus are between them, but for now it looks like we all are around this table and we all are laughing and joking and Pete's in the lead. And he says, don't stop, don't give up.
Galina, you are a heroine. Keep doing the good. Lots of messages coming in here.
Thank
Just in support and love for all of you guys. Keith Kane here. Greg, Yana, Galina, thank you so much for your hard work, dedication, much love and respect. Guys, and I will tell you this. I sent Galina, there are people in my community that are part of the Hope Train here that may not know, but Galina was to have married Peter. She was the fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you do not know that. And I messaged Yana to make sure I could share, and that's why she did this. There was something special, though. There's a reason that I feel deeply connected to Galina and Yana, and of course, Peter and Project Konstantin. I was on the front lines with Peter at his home one night. And we're sitting there and we're sipping on some hot tea. It's probably 1 o'clock in the morning. And Peter looks at me and he does this. Brother from another mother. I said, yeah, my brother from another mother. Greg, in that South African British guttural accent. Greg, you know, you and I joke around a lot. We have fun. We're brothers. But I'm dead serious right now. I said, okay. I said, oh gosh, what is getting ready to drop? He goes, I would like to ask you to marry Galina and I. And we cried a little bit together. And it would have been my honor, Galina, to marry you and Peter. And from that very moment that Peter asked me for that, I just had a deep love and care for Galina and Yana and PK. It just grew. So we give people a little bit of backstory here, a little inside info. So Galina, thank you.
Oh my word, someone's cutting onions here.
Well, it's the truth. This is, people do not understand many times how deep the connections are. We aren't just people that know each other. Okay. There's a lot of deep connections here. There's nonstop communication, nonstop collaborating. What you guys see on streams is just the result of it, or us sharing it with you that we can all help together. But there's a massive amount of work that happens behind the scenes. And Yana and Alina, we support you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome. Good Laska. All right, guys, have a great night. We will see you tomorrow on live stream at 4 o'clock Eastern. Plus, I'm looking at some news right now in the southern part of Ukraine. Probably will be dropping a video on that. You guys be blessed. Yana, Galina, stay in the green room for a minute. We'll see you tomorrow.
Слава Україні!